Good evening, everyone. I'm Vaishnavi Vaiti from Kirin Advisors. Welcome to the virtual roadshow of Braceport Logistics Limited. Today, we will provide a brief overview of Braceport Logistics Limited. Braceport Logistics Limited specializes in global oceanic cargo logistics and offers us of services including air freight, warehousing, specialized cargo management, and customs clearance. With a strong presence across five continents, Braceport serves diverse industries such as pharmaceuticals, electronics, and automotive, providing tailored supply chain solutions and third party logistics to ensure efficient and safe delivery goods worldwide. From management team, we have Mr. Yashpal Sharma, Chairman and Non-Executive Director. Good evening, sir. Welcome.
Hi, good evening. Good evening, Vaishnavi.
Mr. Sachin Arora, Managing Director. Welcome, sir. Good
Hello
evening.
everyone. Hi. Thank you.
Mr. Himanshu Chabra, Non-Executive Director. Welcome, sir. Good evening. Mr. Rishi, Full-Time Director.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
We also have CA Ashok Hulani, Director from Hulani Consultants Private Limited.
Hello, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Welcome.
evening.
Now we will play a short AV about the company.
In a world that's always on the move, logistics is the heartbeat of global trade. Every shipment, every delivery, fuels the engine of our global economy. At Braceport Logistics, we believe in devotion and commitment to exceptional customer service. Our mission is to provide seamless, reliable, and innovative logistics solutions. Our global network spans over 60 countries across 5 continents. From air freight and ocean freight to warehousing and specialized cargo services, we handle it all. Serving critical industries like medical supplies, pharmaceuticals, electronics, and automotive sectors. With over a century of collective experience and a team of certified professionals, we ensure reliability and quality. Our journey is marked by significant projects, from delivering oxygen concentrators during the pandemic to Braceport's expertise in rural movements. Rural movements ensure seamless transportation for wheeled cargo. Recently, we overcame space shortages to deliver 609 cars from China to Thailand for a major automotive brand Ford Motor Company, showcasing our efficiency in even the most challenging times. Our specialized container solutions cater to the precise needs of the automotive industry. From securing consignments to timely deliveries, our commitment stands unparalleled. For the Cambodia 2023 Southeast Asian Games, Braceport expertly managed the movement of equipment, utilizing full container loads from India to Cambodia, ensuring a seamless delivery for the successful event. Our strength lies in our accomplished leadership and dedicated workforce. Our valued customers trust us for our comprehensive solutions, strong relationships, and commitment to their success. Braceport Logistics Limited, delivering with passion. Together, we move the world.
Thank you for watching. Now I hand over to Yashpal sir to give us more insights about the company and its future plans. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Vaishnavi, and very good evening to everybody here. And I appreciate you taking time out and being part of this session today in the evening. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce Braceport Logistics to you. So, Braceport Logistics is part of our Skyways group and was formed in 2020 and is being led by these very young, dynamic, and aggressive young people, Sachin Arora and Rishi Trehan, who have been part of the logistics industry for the last 2.5 decades and have taken experience from various large logistics companies before starting their own entrepreneurial journey. They worked in various large organizations, worked across air freight, ocean freight, project logistics, contract logistics, and were now set to take this path of being an entrepreneur in life. Um, Skyways Group, which has been a part of logistics industry for the last 4 decades, is delighted to partner with both of them and work along with them to create a very niche product in Braceport Logistics, something that not every organization in the logistics industry does. They bring in a special expertise of carrying out certain products like ro movements, which is roll on and roll off movements of vehicles. Vehicles can be cars, they can be trucks, they can be buses, and more. Uh, Plus, they are specializing in movement of chemicals. They are doing various projects, and over the last couple of years, they've also now started to penetrate deeper into the air freight market along the ocean freight that they were doing in the past. From a very in a very quick time frame, they have managed to come up from zero to a 55 crores of turnover, which they did in the last financial year. And it's totally on the back of some excellent shipping line, airline, as well as customer relationships that they brought on the table. And their customers who had been working with them in the past for many, many years were very happy to come along with them. And it's a delight to also see that more than 95% of the customers who started with Braceport are still working with them and are promising to work in the future as well. Ladies and gentlemen, logistics, which is the lifeline of the global trade, makes sure that it acts as a solid enabler to move goods from one point to another, from a point of production to the point of consumption. The logistics industry makes sure that anything and everything which gets produced anywhere in the world and it needs to be delivered to one of the 7 billion customers around the world can happen. Logistics has always kept the world going, right from the prehistoric times to today. We are able to see logistics transform to the needs of business. The logistics industry, which was probably handling larger loads in the past, today is also about e-commerce logistics, express, making sure that it is not just delivering large consignments, but is also able to do delivery at a piece level. So when you see one of the delivery companies coming into your house and delivering one small product that you might have just ordered 10 minutes before, that's on the power and that's the energy that logistics brings to the businesses. And this is what we want to do. We want to continue as Braceport Logistics to service various customers around the world. They are in India, whether they are in any other country. Braceport Logistics is going to continue increasing its footprint, and along with Skyways Group, they will definitely support various producers around the world to make sure that they are able to deliver every dream that the producer is wanting to have. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be happy to take more questions later on. Just to mention, just to add to this, that we are present in 7 countries and 40 plus cities today. So that gives us a wide array of possibilities to offer solutions to any kind of customers around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you very much for being here, and we'll be happy and we'll stay around to answer any of your questions that you may have. Thank you very much. Vaishnavi, back to you.
Thank you, sir. Now we will start with the company presentation. Ashok sir, if you're speaking, you're on mute.
Sachin.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this investor meet. A warm welcome from Braceport family. Let me start with the introduction of Braceport, how we started, when we started, and where we are and where we are going. So, ladies and gentlemen, Braceport started in 2020 during a COVID period wherein people were scared to move out of their homes. We always believe that every tough situation, every problem brings up the good opportunities, and we were confident enough that this opportunity is really big and good for us, and we will drive with excellence. So we took this challenge. We It was our dream to create a platform wherein like-minded people, wherein passionate people having good energy should join in and fulfill their dreams. So in 2020 we joined hands with Skyways to form this JV. Skyways, as few of you know, that this is number one air company since last 7 years, and in this industry from last 41 years. So we as a Braceport, we thanks Mr. Yashpal Sharma, the veteran in the logistics industry, to trust us, to have confidence in our expertise, to have confidence in our team, and give the approval for this JV. So from 2020 we started this company. In initial days we were blessed enough to have an opportunity to help the mankind, to help the citizen of India with distribution of oxygen cylinders, oxygen plants to every corner of India. At that time, Braceport was expert enough and capable enough to not only do the air shipment but also to bring in the complete charter planes from Europe and China. So that was the big start for Braceport, with distribution in India and moving import consignments from out of India. Immediately after the lockdown, when we started our operations full fledged, we started moving automobiles, and we were given a contract of doing automobile shipments from China to Thailand and to Cambodia. This was the niche vertical we created in 2021-22, and with our expert team, we successfully delivered the first consignment of 609 cars. So now, till date, this vertical of automobile is well established, and till date, not only from China, we are moving it from Europe, from Far East, from all over places in the world. Besides this, we've been also handling shipments of ISO tanks, which is again a niche market, and we are also delivering project movement, ODC movement, and anything and everything which is required in logistics, from a small needle to a big consignment of 650 tons. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this JV of Skyways and Braceport, Braceport has presence in more than 34 locations in India and 7 locations outside India with owned offices. And we also have coverage in more than 60 countries through our agency setup. Braceport is also a proud member of 3 big networks, which is X2 Elite, CFN, and FNC. Through these networks, we are not only handling global shipments of our customers, but yes, we are handling lot of nomination shipments which are coming from different agents globally who are also part of these networks. Ladies and gentlemen, to give you more detail on how is our journey so far from 2020 to 24, I will request Mr. Ashok Haloni to run the presentation and give you details on the figures and further on to our products. Thank you.
Thank you, Sachin sir. Now we will start with the company presentation.
Thank you, Sachinji, for the nice words. Hello, everybody. Myself, Ashok Holani, Director, Holani Consultants Private Limited. We are lead managing this issue of Braceport Logistics Limited. Friends, this issue is one of the unique which we have all done in the past. This company is engaged in the niche sector of logistics based on ocean cargo freights, air cargo, and also rendering various value-added services which as of now no one listed company is carrying on. For example, they are into the business of transportation of the cars from one country to another country, like China to Japan, China to Thailand, Vietnam, etc. So that this type of transportation logistics business is not taken by any listed company as of now. In addition to that, they are also helping the government by making the niche transportation of goods, like in COVID, they have done it by transportation of oxygen from overseas country to India and to different parts of India. Plus, they are transporting certain chemicals also, certain products which are not done in a regular way. So major business is their ocean. Along with that, they have an air cargo service. Also, they are rendering warehousing service, and these are special movements. So these are the four types of services which the company is rendering. Friends, this issue is comprising of 30 lakh 51,200 equity shares of the company of face value of rupees 10 each. The aggregate issue size is 24.41 crores, in which we have made a price band of 76 to 80 rupees per equity shares. The lot size for this IPO shall be 1600 equity shares. Today, issue has kick-started. The anchor bidding has already been over, and the company has successfully raised the complete anchor bidding, and successfully raised the amount of 5,37,800 equity shares. It has been participated by the three anchors, and shares have been distributed to them. From Monday onwards, from 19th of August, issue will open for retail bidding, HNI bidding and QIB bidding, and the issue will close on 21st of August 2024. As of now, before going into the public, the promoters and promoter groups holds 96% of the equity in the company, and the 4% equity is held by the senior management and public shareholders of the company. In this issue, the company is targeting to further offload 73% of its 27% of the equity, so that after the IPO, the holding level shall be 70% will be of the promoters and 30% to the public. The issue shall be listed on the NSE Image platform, and the trading will start on 26th of August 2024. Also, in this, we have made as allocation of shares to different categories of investors. And generally, what happens in this, we have reduced a certain portion of shares available to the QIB investors and increase the allotment allocation to the retail investors and to the HNI investors, so that all of those investors bidding in the IPO get a certain piece of the share of this company. Next, please. The total, as I told you, the total issue size is 24.41 crores. It will be used by the company for meeting its working capital requirements of 16.1 crores. The balance shall be used by the company for meeting the general corporate purposes and the issue expenses. Now I will take you the presentation of the company to understand you about the business, about the management, about the products and the services which the company does in this business. Friends, ब्रेसपोर्ट लॉजिस्टिक्स लिमिटेड एक सब्सिडरी कंपनी है स्काईवेज एयर सर्विसेज की। स्काईवेज एयर सर्विसेज इंडिया की लार्जेस्ट कार्गो मूवमेंट कंपनी है, एयर कार्गो मूवमेंट कंपनी है, और पिछले 7 साल से वो अपनी पोजीशन को कायम कर रखी हुई है, और उसी सीरीज के अंदर ये कंपनी उसको असिस्ट करती है इन द वे ऑफ ये ओशियन कार्गो के अंदर प्रोवाइड कर रही है सर्विसेज, और सिमिलरली सर्टेन एक्सटेंट एयर कार्गो सर्विस भी प्रोवाइड करती है in association with the Skyways Air Services. कंपनी के कस्टमर्स पूरे इंडिया के अंदर हैं। कंपनी तकरीबन 20 स्टेट्स के अंदर काम कर रही है, जहां से हर जगह से कंपनी के कस्टमर कंपनी को रेवेन्यू प्रोवाइड कर रहे हैं, जिसकी डिटेल में आगे आपको प्रेजेंटेशन में देने वाला हूं। कंपनी की 4 सर्विसेज जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था, ओशियन सर्विसेज हैं, एयर सर्विसेज हैं, वेयर हाउसिंग है, स्पेशल मूवमेंट्स है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। कंपनी के कुछ बेसिक की फैक्ट्स जो कंपनी को डिस्टिंग्विश करते हैं अदर अलग कंपनी से। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल 4 सर्विसेज जो मैंने आपको रिपीट करी। कंपनी का 60+ कंट्रीज के अंदर नेटवर्क है। कंपनी के जो ग्रुप पेरेंट कंपनी है स्काईवेज एयर सर्विसेज, उसकी 16 कंपनियां हैं जो पूरे इंडिया में रजिस्टर्ड हैं, जिसमें से 7 कंपनियां ओवरसीज के अंदर भी काम करती हैं, जनरली वियतनाम, हांगकांग, दुबई एक्सेट्रा कंट्रीज के अंदर है। इंडिया के अंदर खुद ब्रेसपोर्ट की ऑल इंडिया प्रेजेंस है, प्लस कंपनी का जो मैनेजमेंट है ह्यूज एक्सपीरियंस है। सबका क्यूमुलेटिव एक्सपीरियंस अगर अपन जोड़ेंगे तो वो 100 साल से ज्यादा का होता है। कंपनी अपने क्वालिटी सिस्टम के लिए जानी जाती है, सारे प्रकार के सर्टिफिकेशंस कंपनी ने ले रखे हैं, एंड कंपनी फाइनेंशियली भी बहुत साउंड है। पिछले साल 55 करोड़ की रेवेन्यू पे कंपनी ने क्लोज किया था, जिसमें तकरीबन 6.78 करोड़ का एबिटा अर्न किया, अराउंड 4.89 करोड़ का पैट जनरेट किया, एंड विद एन इम्प्रेसिव ROCE एंड ROE मार्जिन ऑफ 47% एंड 43%। कंपनी की जर्नी ज़्यादा बड़ी नहीं है। कंपनी 2020 के अंदर इनकॉर्पोरेट हुई थी, जैसे यशपाल जी ने बताया। उसके बाद से कंपनी हर साल कुछ ना कुछ स्पेशल करती आ रही है, अपने आप को डिस्टिंग्विश करते हुए इस इंडस्ट्री के अंदर। 2021 के अंदर कंपनी ने गवर्नमेंट के साथ पार्टनरशिप करके ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर्स, कंसंट्रेटर्स को इंपोर्ट किया विदेशों से, और उसको भारत में हर जगह कोने में उसको पहुंचाया। सिमिलरली 2022 में कंपनी ने अपना नया बिजनेस चालू करा, जहाँ पे वो क्रॉस कंट्री ट्रांसपोर्टेशन कर रहे थे, जहाँ एक कंट्री से गुड्स को लेके दूसरी कंट्री के अंदर डिलीवर करते थे, जिसको वो ऑटोमोबाइल सेगमेंट बोल रहे हैं। और ये कंपनी बहुत अच्छा इसको काम कर रही है और आगे भी इसको करने की पूरी इच्छा रख रही है। 2023 के अंदर कंपनी अपने आप को एक्सपेंड कर रही है इंडिया लेवल के ऊपर, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट ऑफिसेस खोल रही है, और उसी सीरीज में 2024 के अंदर कंपनी आईपीओ लेके आ रही है, और इस आईपीओ की जो प्रोसीड्स कंपनी को मिलेगी, उससे और बिजनेस को बढ़ाने की मंशा है कंपनी की। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। जैसा कि कंपनी मैंने बताया कि ब्रेसपोर्ट लॉजिस्टिक्स स्काईवेज ग्रुप की एक सब्सिडरी कंपनी है। अलग उसकी और भी बहुत सारी कंपनियां हैं जो जानी पहचानी है इंडिया के अंदर। कुछ स्काईवेज एयर सर्विसेज, इंडिया की नंबर 1 एयर कार्गो सर्विस, देन 14 एस्कार्ट ग्लोबल, फैंटम, सीगेट, इस तरह की कंपनियां हैं जो कंपनी जिसके साथ पूरे ग्रुप को लेके कंपनी चल रही है। कंपनी को जैसे मैंने बताया 60+ कंट्रीज में कंपनी का नेटवर्क है, जिसमें कुछ तो इनकी खुद की ओनली सब्सिडरीज है स्काईवेज ग्रुप की, जो असेस करते हैं कंपनी को बिजनेस के लिए। इसके अलावा जहां पे कंपनी के ऑफिसेज नहीं है, वहां पे कंपनी ने वर्ल्ड के टाइप्स कर रखे हैं एफएनसी से, एक्स2 से, सीएफएन से, सो दैट प्रैक्टिकली ईच एंड एवरी कंट्री के अंदर कंपनी अपना सर्विसेज प्रोवाइड कर रही है विद देयर ग्लोबल टाइप्स। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। कंपनी कंपटीशन के अंदर रहता है। कंपनी अपने आप के कंपटीटर से बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रोथ कर रही है, क्योंकि इसके पास कुछ स्पेशल यूएसपीज है जो बाकी कंपनीज के पास नहीं है। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल तो स्काईवेज ग्रुप का अम्ब्रेला, जो इसको डिस्टिंग्विश करता है ऑल टाइप ऑफ सर्विसेज के लिए, एयर कार्गो हो, चाहे मेरीन कार्गो हो, चाहे स्पेशल मूवमेंट्स हो। प्लस कंपनी के खुद के जो रिलेशंस है, जो कस्टमर्स कंपनी के साथ जुड़ जाता है, जैसे यशपाल जी ने बताया, वो कंपनी के साथ अभी तक रहता है। सो कंपनी हैज ए लॉन्ग लास्टिंग रिलेशनशिप विद इट्स कस्टमर्स। कंपनी की पैन इंडिया प्रेजेंस है, प्लस ओवरसीज भी अच्छी खासी प्रेजेंस है। सो हर जगह ये माल को डिलीवर कर देते हैं अपने कस्टमर्स के लिए। कंपनी टेलर मेड सॉल्यूशन देती है, चाहे वो जैसी कस्टमर की रिक्वायरमेंट, दे हैव बी एबल टू डिलीवर एज पर देयर रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द कस्टमर्स। कंपनी टेक्नोलॉजिकली बहुत एडवांस है। कंपनी का खुद का एक प्रोप्राइटरी सॉफ्टवेयर है जो इनकी ग्रुप कंपनी ने बनाया है, जिसके तहत ये पूरे कस्टमर को जब भी वो अपने यहाँ कंसाइनमेंट बुक करता है, तो उसका पूरा ट्रैकिंग प्रोवाइड करते हैं, पूरी बुकिंग प्रोवाइड करते हैं, पूरी रेट्स देते हैं, सो दैट ऑलवेज जो कस्टमर है जो इनके साथ डील कर रहा है, वो फुल्ली अपडेटेड रहता है कंपनी के बारे में और उसके प्रोडक्ट के बारे में, या जो कंसाइनमेंट के बारे में जो एक्सपोर्ट किया जा रहा है या इम्पोर्ट करा कर रहे हैं ये लोग। दैट्स व्हाई कंपनी के बहुत यूएसपी है, और इसी कारण से पिछले 3 साल के अंदर कंपनी ग्रोथ करते हुए 2020 में बनी थी, और 24 के अंदर 55 करोड़ की रेवेन्यू आ रही है, और तकरीबन 5 करोड़ का कंपनी पैट बना रही है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नेक्स्ट। मैनेजमेंट व्यू। कंपनी का एंटायर मैनेजमेंट मोस्टली हमारे साथ इस कॉल पे जुड़ा हुआ है। कंपनी हेडेड है बाय मिस्टर यशपाल शर्मा, who is the chairman and non-executive director of Skyways Group and the Braceport Logistics also. Ably supported by Mr. Sachin Arora, who is the managing director of this company, Rishi Trianji, who is the whole-time director of this company, and Tarun Sharma, who is the non-executive directors. All four have a tremendous experience in the logistic industries. Yashpal Sharma, he's qualified as a bachelor from Delhi University, then further study for the Harvard Business Schools and managing the and giving the guidance to the company management to how they run the business. Sachin Arora and Rishi Terans are two stalwarts in the logistic industry. They before joining this company, they have ample experience of logistic industry by working with all cargo logistic company. Tarunji is also supporting this company as a non-executive director. He represents Skyways Group and helps the company in guiding generating the new leads from the customers. In addition to these gentlemen, the company is helped by the Mr. Himanshu Chavda, Mr. Rohit Sehgal, Deepak, Gunjan, and Megha, being independent directors and non-executive directors. They are also helping the company in regard to corporate governance and other allied matters in running the business and company successfully. Next, please. Business. This is the most foremost important, which makes the company different from all other logistics companies. It's because it is engaged in air cargo, ocean freights, warehousing, special movements. Next, please. Friends, you all know about the air cargo and the ocean cargo which the company does. In addition to these two businesses, the company more focusing on the special movements, which we term as a RoRo movements or a cross-country movements, in which they are transporting goods from one country to another country and generating good revenue for itself. Next point, please. Next. In addition to that, company has a huge warehouses facilities also for upkeeping the goods which they are plan to import for their clients or plan to export or importing the goods till they are delivered to the company webs to the customer of the company. So in all, the company is using the helping the customers by giving the warehousing facility to also to them. Next, please. Warehousing helps the company. Next, please. As I already told you about the special movements, these are the certain instances where the company has made the special movements of the goods. They have also been able to help the Cambodia while organizing the Cambodian Games, Asian Games, in which they have transported certain goods from different country to them. Company has a well-defined ocean freight and air freight processes, which has been detailed in our RHP. Next, please. Next. So I will straight away go to the financials. So this, like, let me first of all explain you about the position of the company in India. So as you can see from this map of India, nearly most of the states have been covered by the company, in which they are rendering services to their customer, starting from Punjab, Haryana, Delhi, Rajasthan, UP, Gujarat, Maharashtra. So practically North India covered, Eastern India, Western India covered, and the Southern India covered. So entirely they are covering each and every sector, and we hope after the IPO, the company will further increase its span and cover entire states of India. Since I told you the company is into the air cargo and ocean cargo majorly, so we have given certain bifurcation of the revenue generated by the company from air cargo to the ocean cargo, not only in India but also the overseas market. So five continents with the five jurisdictions in which the company is rendering services: Europe, America, Africa, Asia, or Oceania. So all the practically entire world has been covered by the company with its services, and bifurcation of the services rendered by the company in different countries is mentioned in this table below. Approximately around 14% of air freight is done to the Europe, in addition to the 18% of the ocean cargo to the Europe. Similarly, in America, the company has a presence of 23% of its revenue for air cargo and around 12% for the ocean cargo. Similarly, for Africa, Asia, and Oceania are there. Next, please. So now we should go to the financial of the company. Financials. Next slide. Friends, this is the company profit and loss account for last 3 financial years reported in the RHP. The company is doing fairly good in last 3 financial years. Its turnover is 54 crore, which increased to 70 crores in FY23. Due to certain changes, it has reached to again declined to 55 crores, but company has maintained its profitability margins and hopeful to again reach the same level in the current financial year and further on. The company is maintaining a good EBITDA margins of around 12% consistently for the last 2 financial years, and company is running at a net profit margin of around 8 to 9% with the last 2 financial years. Next, please. The company has a healthy balance sheet also. As you see that the company is running without any debt. No working capital is required because company is self-sufficiently funded and looking after to further increase the business via the IPO funding. The company entire investment is into the trade receivables and the other current assets, mainly because this is a service industry and the only thing which we are taken care of is the creditors and the debtors, where the company has to give certain credit to its customer to accommodate them no stocking is required as since it is only running the services only. Next, please. The company is doing fairly good in the operation wise. The company has been a positive cash flows for the last 3 financial years. Next, please. The key ratios. The equity ratio is practically nil since the company has no borrowings. The current ratio has been steadily is running between 2.00 from last 3 financial years. Next, please. Similarly, DSCR is within the well accepted norms since the company has no borrowings. Similarly, the trade receivables are declining on year-to-year basis. EPS has been growing steadily except last year. At present, the company has an EPS of 5.93 and a net asset value 16.89. Next, please. So now we come to the valuation part. As I already told you, company का जो price band है वो 76 से 80 rupees के बीच में है. So given that upper band की जो प्राइस है 80 रुपीज से अगर हम कंपनी की ईपीएस को डिवाइड करेंगे तो अप्रोक्सीमेटली जो प्राइस टू अर्निंग रेशियो आता है वो 13 और 14 के बीच में आता है. पोस्ट इशू अगर अपन 80 की प्राइस लेते हैं तो तकरीबन 17 से 18 के बीच का आएगा. सो फेयरली गुड वैल्यूएशन कंपनी ने करी है. प्री मनी वैल्यूएशन जो कंपनी की हमने रखी है वो 65 रुपीज रखी गई है एंड इस आईपीओ के बाद विद आईपीओ के अमाउंट को जोड़ेंगे तो पोस्ट मनी वैल्यूएशन 90 करोड़ आएगी. सो फेयरली गुड वैल्यूएशन है. बिजनेस बहुत यूनिक है. कंपनी फेयरली गुड ग्रो कर रही है पिछले 3 साल से लगातार और कंपनी जिस नीश मार्केट में है और उसको बढ़ाने के हिसाब से बात कर रही है तो भी उम्मीद ये कंपनी बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म करेगी फ्यूचर के अंदर और इन्वेस्टर्स की वेल्थ में एडिशन करेगी. थैंक यू एवरीबॉडी.
Thank you, Ashok sir. Now we will start with the question and answer session. I request all the participants to post their questions in comment box. So first question is from Darshil Zaveri. What kind of volume growth and realizations growth we had in 2024? What can it be for upcoming years?
Anjali, would you take it?
So the volume growth in FY 24 was around 25%, and year on year we expect this to continue, and with the the freight price stabilizing over the last 7 to 10 months, so the the same things will be the volume growth is certain for Braceport, and the price will also drive whatever the overall turnover Braceport is able to achieve in 25 and 26.
Okay. Next question, please. Dinesh, beyond repeat business, what specific strategies are in place to further strengthen and expand customer relationships?
So should I take it, or Sachin, you want to take this question?
Yes, you
Okay,
can
so
take. I think.
right, sure. So Braceport is looking at deeper market penetration, and that is one of the way that we want to, open up more offices, get into more locations in India and overseas, and reach out to further customers. There's a very strong customer referral plan that we have in place, because the customer retention has been brilliant with Braceport. The large customers like Ford Motor Company, Relaxo, and many other strong customers are in the portfolio. There's a strong customer referral which is in place. Plus, there's a plan rolled out to roll in more of the sales force to further penetrate the markets, and also there's a IT tool. There's a customer interface tool which is going to be rolled out possibly in the Q3 or the Q4 of this year, which will enable Braceport to get to a wider customer base in the country. I hope that satisfies the question.
Yes. Next question, please. Harsha Joshi, what are your strategies to improve our project execution efficiency?
So I assume what Harsha wants to understand is the project part of the business that we do. So the projects that are carried out. So maybe Sachin, you want to dwell into how you do a little bit of a pre-plan of how the project mapping is done beforehand and how the execution happens. Maybe you can do a little talk on that.
Yes, Harsha. Hi. Yes, we in terms of project, as of now we are doing big time in RoRo projects, which is roll on roll off, wherein we move lot of automobiles, including cars, buses, and trucks. So coming back to your question that how we can increase the efficiency. See, as of now, within our capacities, we are moving approximately 50 to 100 vehicles within a week, and once we are through with this IPO, we will have higher bandwidth to increase the number of vehicles we can carry per week, and we can add on more efficiency in terms of increasing our geographical coverage in more countries, and adding more and more partners on board.
Okay. Next question, please. Darshil Zaveri, logistic industry being a growth area, new entrants can come. What is barrier to entry?
So, the biggest barriers for entry is, if you're in asset heavy businesses, obviously finance is one of the entry barriers. Also, in logistics industry today, and like many other businesses, technology has become a big barrier, and most of the customers today are looking at API integration. They're looking at visibility. They're looking at transacting electronically. So a lot of these are currently not available with a lot of the entry level people. And plus the experience, the niche products that something like Braceport does, they have huge amount of experience in terms of the special products like RoRo and chemical logistics that we just spoke about. So that experience only comes with time. It's difficult to get that experience, and the customers are also not very confident of working with somebody who's a new entrant in these specialized areas. General logistics can be done by anybody. Moving just a truck from A to B is easy. But when you talk about doing projects, doing these special movements, the customers really like to see your history. They like to see your experience, and that is what Braceport brings on the table. Also, for example, in air cargo, one of the entry barriers is that if you are not an IATA approved agent and you don't have pricing and contracts in place with the carriers for capacity, you may not be able to compete with some of the big players. And that is what probably a Skyways brings on the table. That Skyways is the largest air cargo company of India for the last 7 years. And we have huge capacity contracts, price contracts, which are a big help to all our group, including Braceport. Braceport themselves have very, very good relationships and contracts with shipping lines, enabling them to carry out some of these movements. Some of the movements that they have been doing from other parts of the world, even though they are only present in India today themselves, it's only primarily on the back of these special relationships that they have built over the years. So some of these are some of the entry barriers that I've just mentioned.
Okay. Next question, please. Dinesh, with numerous logistics providers in the market, how do you differentiate your services and maintain a competitive edge?
See, as hi Dinesh, as mentioned that we are playing in a different play area, which includes RoRo projects, the chemical vertical, and the ISO tanks. So to cater to these kind of customers, these kind of big auto giants, you have to have good expertise, good product knowledge, and good operational team who can deliver with excellence. So this is wherein Braceport is different from other forwarders. We having such a large presence in India, having strong presence outside India, and a product knowledge and a experience to carry such different and complex products. We stand alone from the competition. I hope this clears to your question.
Yes. Next question, please. Lakshman Dubey, who are our key competitors?
Hi, Lakshman. Good evening. See, in our play area, in our niche vertical, we don't see, companies who can compete us in this product. Our competition is directly with the vessel owners, the carriers who at times, file a long-term contract with the customer. But yes, because of our expertise, because of our industry experience, we have lot of carrier on panel, and we have good relationship with them. So there may be a chance wherein when one carrier signs a contract with a customer, so we have another pool of different expert carriers wherein we approach them and get the contracts done for our customers.
Okay. Next question, please. Dia Patel, with availability of working capital funding through IPO fundraised, what kind of growth you can see for next 5 years?
Yeah, hi there. So, the working capital would be sufficient for Braceport for at least 1 to 2 years, possibly, as we wish to remain Braceport as a debt-free model. What we can say within the guidelines, we can't give you the exact numbers, but the future is promising, and very promising rather, on the specialized cargo services front, and the recently enhanced air cargo services push that Braceport is doing. The future looks very, very promising, and the broadly I can say in next 2 to 3 years, 5 years is little longish in nature, but 3 years down the line, we feel that 3 to 4 years, Braceport should be 2 to 3x of what they are doing currently.
Okay. Next question, please. Dinesh, building on your existing network of agents, what are your specific plans for expanding your global reach and agent network? Are there any targeted regions or countries for future growth?
Hi Dinesh, we have immediate plans of opening new of couple of new offices in overseas, wherein we already have base cargo, and we are moving shipments for customers from those countries. So we will be, coming up with these two new offices. Going forward, yes, of course, we are currently only with three networks, and we have plans to join a few more networks wherein we can generate more and more businesses. So far, we've been very successful with these two networks. Just to share with you, Braceport recently bagged an Best X2 Elite Award among 600 participants globally, and among Braceport was the only Indian company to get that award. So yes, we have strategy in place to expand geographically, not only in India but also outside India.
Next question, please. Raj Gandhi, what are investment rationale on one can look into this industry?
Yeah. So, logistics is a very, very wide, array of services. And from an investor's perspective, the low capex or asset light models, which have, higher ROC, are, kind of the preferred, investment options. And, logistics has a very quick turnaround period as well. Although, the longish order book, it's not very prudent to create a very, very long order books for any logistics company, because the global macro situations sometimes augur in your favor and sometimes don't augur in your favor if there are long term pricing contracts in place, both on the procurement and on the revenue selling side. So it is always prudent to mitigate your risk and do customer backed specific capacity contracts. So this is what Braceport is into all about. And the overall the GDP growth of India and world as such looks pretty decent. And the things which are the higher inflation which the US and also India to an extent was witnessing, is now on the subside, and which will improve more and more production as consumption improves in various economies of the world. And for logistics companies per se, the future is very, very promising. And companies which are ready to bend their back and serve their customers well day in day out are going to be outperforming, rather than companies who are not doing these basic things correctly.
Okay. Next question, please. Lavanya Balakrishnan, what are some potential reasons for the company utilizing the net proceeds in financial year 25 and 26 instead of financial year 24 and 25?
So you mean the net proceed of the IPO? Yeah. So the net proceeds of the IPO will, gradually being deployed in the working capital as the business increases, and the reserves of the company are also taking care to the certain portion of the working capital requirements and the other general corporate purpose that we are seeing. And the opportunities in various geographies will also determine that the entire capital is not deployed in FY 24-25 itself, because the Braceport is adequately capitalized to handle at least 20-25% surge from here. And with this additional capital coming in, it will always be a 2-year kind of a scenario of deployment of the entire fund, rather than in first year itself. If the business major project movements come which are anticipated, then it may lead towards 75 to 80% utilization of the funds in FY 24-25 itself too. But on a broad projection level that we have submitted, it is being utilized in 2 years time frame.
Okay. Next question, please. Jay Bakshi, what are business risks that can have impact on our business operations?
Yeah, so numerous kind of risks are there in any business, right? So there are macroeconomic risks and microeconomic risks. For a logistics company, as we have seen various kinds of ups and downs in the last 2 decades, the logistics, eventually wins. And although the macro economic outlook, a geopolitical situation risk is always there, but you always have strategies to change or realign your models depending upon, say for example, one country is not doing well, then you can obviously expand your wings in the other countries. So except the geopolitical risk with which the industry is exposed to, on a macro level, the other micro level risks are pretty much mitigated by way of you know uh, primary controls and the residual controls which any leading corporate would do. So geopolitical risk, yes. Any political risk, our own country is being led by a very powerful leader, and so as India, we don't see any risk. But at a global level, the macroeconomic situation also affects any organization and industry at large. So Braceport is also prone to such geopolitical risk. But on a micro level, we feel that all the micro level indicators are very promising for Braceport.
Just to
Just
add to this, that at a couple of other business risks are primarily dependent on your procurement side or on the customer side. So on the procurement side, there's a very diversified portfolio of carrier partners. Not one carrier partner has a big share of our business, which enables us to make sure that even at the time of a challenge, if one of the carrier partners has a problem, so carrier partner means a shipping line or an airline, we have something else to fall back on. And likewise, on the customer side, that there is no customer which has more than 15% share in Braceport's business. So which means that the portfolio is pretty diverse and it's not dependent on one kind of commodity or one kind of product. So on the business side, both sides are well mitigated in terms of keeping a very diversified portfolio. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, sir. Next question, please. Darshil Zaveri, how will working capital help growth? What is our limiting factor? Is it only funds?
Yeah, so the working capital will definitely fuel the growth. The company would have self-generated, could have generated a debt, working capital debt. But what the intent of this IPO is not only money. The intent of this IPO is to create visibility of brand Braceport across the globe. And since Braceport model is to compete with the global forwarding companies, and being a niche area, eventually the size of the organization grows and the brand Braceport grows is equally important. So working capital is not only the limiting factor. The intent of the IPO, yes, the utilization is towards working capital, but the limiting factor is not funds. The limiting factor was creation of a brand which is more visible and being listed. That brand visibility, the corporate governance standards tomorrow, and a consignee sitting in the Europe can easily access to the information pertaining to Braceport, considering it will be a listed company and all the investors related information and everything, the financials are there, on the disclosure levels. So it will increase Braceport's penetration towards visibility in the globe. So that's the intent. The intrinsic intent of the IPO is to create that kind of brand visibility across the globe for Braceport.
Next question, please. Chaitali Dev, is there any flexibility for the company to use the net proceeds earlier than the specified schedule?
So possibly, we will have to evaluate the guidelines. If obviously the business increase is happening, and the working capital deployment, depending upon the negotiation which happens with the customers on the credit period or the overall working capital cycle, will determine this. And the possibility and the feasibility is always there. So as per the guidelines, as I understand, we can utilize or fully utilize within the 2 years time frame. We will take that call once we are there. We'll cross the bridge when we reach there.
Okay. Next question, please. Tara Kaur, how does the integration of tracking systems improve the company's service quality?
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi, Tara. Thanks for your question. Actually, our IT system is already very robust, and we have everything in place from digital invoicing and um, coding done on the digital and tracking of containers of all our customers. It's already in place, but with the addition of data analytics and combined with AI and integration on things, we are making it more advanced for a visibility for our customer to track their shipments, um, and introducing more security on the website and our own software. So this is we have a company, in-house company by the name of S-Gate, and they are only and only dedicated to improving our IT structure.
Let
Hope
me
this
let me
answers your
add to this.
questions.
Rishi, I'll just help to add to this. So, our technology has been always at the forefront of our business. And over the last 10 years or so, our entire business growth, which has been very substantial, has happened on the back of effective technology. Our IT system, the ERP that Braceport is using, is capable of integrating with the carriers, which is the shipping lines and the airlines. So they have API integration with them, which helps them to get and create visibility not just for themselves but also the customers. So the customers are able to track every movement of the shipment through the solution that we have. So that obviously enables a good customer delight when they are able to have visibility of their business, which definitely helps the customers to appreciate our service quality. And that's what we are constantly working on to make sure that the service quality is maintained, whether it is through our technology solutions or our other processes. Thank you.
Okay.
One more addition towards this, that Braceport will also come with an online platform for the niche services that they're rendering in the next year, possibly towards the third to fourth quarter of this year, and it will create the visibility of their services across the globe on a click of a button. And the online, the globe will be then the marketplace for Braceport services. As of now, even though Braceport has done really well, the real impetus on the geographical expansion and the technology expansion through the platform will create more and more opportunities, as Rishi said, when all the data that we have and the possible the possible customer base that we are trying to create will also be accessing those online rates and then the services which Bracefoot will offer. So second to third quarter end is where that software is expected to be launched, which will create Braceport's niche availability of services to the entire globe.
Okay. Next question, please. Jai Bakshi, brief us about your RoRo operations, how much currently it is contributing to our revenues, and what are planned contributions from this segment?
Hi,
So
Jay.
the role, yeah,
Hi,
Sachin.
Jay. As already mentioned some time back, that RoRo is roll on, roll off. This is a specified vessel wherein the cargo which has wheels and cannot be fitted in container is moved in these special vessels, and these vessels can carry more than 5,000 vehicles from one place to another place. So currently, Braceport is being instrumental on moving trucks, buses, cars from China, from Turkey, from Thailand from Japan to various other places. So currently, the contribution in total revenue is close to 20%, 20 to 25%. But yes, going forward, we are very keen to expand into this vertical because this is a niche area, and we have expertise, we have product in place, we have relationship with the customers, and we want to add more and more brand going forward in Grey Sports kitting.
Okay. Next question, please. Utkarsh Agarwal, what is the philosophy behind the taking debt? Why not use leverage to improve ROE?
Utkarsh, thanks for your question. So, the limits are already in place for Braceport as well. But considering all the investments or all the profits have been retained into the business is being served by the retained earnings as well. So the company is not debt averse as such, but so far the debt free model has continued, and this maybe 25 crores 25 crores of the IPO size may not be sufficient for Braceport's enhanced growth plans, and then we will evaluate the situation after 1.5 years and reassess as to what should be the ideal capital structure going forward, considering the kind of business expectations we will have after 1.5 years. So the current working capital requirements till I'm so sorry, for the next 18 months will be sorted with the existing arrangements that we have, with the reserves in place, and with the working capital being raised from the IPO. Once we reach 1.5 years time frame, 3 to 4 months prior to that, we will reassess our situation and take the relevant actions on the fundraise as may be required at that stage.
Okay. Next question, please. Harsha Joshi, thank you for the prompt responses. Lakshman Dubey, all the very best for the IPO. I guess we have covered majority of questions. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Yash sir. Thank you, Sachin sir. Thank you, Rishi sir. Thank you, Himanshu sir. And thank you, Ashok sir. All the best for the IPO.
Thank you very much, Vaishnavi, for steering this conversation. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you to all the people who have joined in, and we look forward to your support and cooperation.
Thank you, everyone. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Have a good evening. Bye bye.
Thank you, everybody.